times.
Does Conor would have a chance? He has that great left hand. Do you have a chance?
That is a joke. You're a comedian, man. That's awesome. You think Conor would have a chance with Floyd Mayweather? Gosh, I can't even believe we even try to think that. Floyd Mayweather is Floyd Mayweather. He's the greatest boxer living right now in the world. You're talking about someone who's got choked out by Nate Diaz. Are you kidding me right now? As I think, what was it, Floyd Mayweather said, McTap out? Conor McTap out? Man, I have nothing against Conor. Conor is an amazing MMA fighter. He's great, man. He's good at what he does. He backs it up, but he is not a boxer. He's not at the Floyd Mayweather level. Floyd Mayweather is the greatest ever, for sure. Hands down, because I had doubts at him in the very beginning, but watching his fights over and over again and what he's done, it's a performance. It's an art. It's an art of what he does. He doesn't get touched at all, and that's
what do you think about Conor? What are your thoughts on the fight that's coming out with Mayweather and Conor? How do you see that?
I can say Floyd Mayweather will win because the fight is in boxing, but not an MMA fight. So that's an advantage with Floyd, and I don't think McGregor is comfortable in boxing. Pure boxing.
I think that, I mean, as amazing as Conor is at his striking and everything, you still have to think that, you know, we're talking about a multiple world champion, one of the best boxers of all time that's specialized in his sport, specifically for what he does. You have to think that...
Can you speak into that mic? Because I need him to hear this, because he keeps talking about Conor McGregor could beat Floyd Mayweather in boxing.
I didn't say beat, I said could hang in there for 12 rounds.
Oh, well, you know, I don't know, man. I think that boxing, you just can't compare. It's like apples and oranges. You know, as great as Conor looks, he is still fighting, MMA fighters where there's a different style. You're going to put him in a totally different arena and totally different realm, but I would watch it. I mean, you would watch it too. You would watch it. Everyone would watch it.
I know you are a massive UFC fan.
Yes.
And we've just recently got word of the Conor McGregor Mayweather fight.
Yes. And you were the first person to ask me about this today.
So, I'm wondering, with your Irish fan base and everything and your love of UFC, which way do you see, or who would you like to see in that fight?
Well, obviously Mayweather has the advantage, and he's very careful in choosing to fight him in the ring and not the octagon. Mm-hmm. But Conor, I think, is a different kind of fighter. If you look at whether it be Canelo, Canelo never really went after Mayweather, and I don't think he has the power to knock out McGregor. So I think Conor's going to be willing to go in there and take a couple shots to get one, and it'd be interesting to see if he could catch Floyd, if Floyd could handle that power and that punch. So. I've always been one to see, that kind of greatness tested, and I know Conor's going to bring it, and he's not going to be scared to get hit. So I think the boxing world, everybody says that's not even going to be a comparison. It'll be a boring, dull fight. I'll be the first one to buy it. I'll be the first one there, and I hope to see. Ringside. I hope to see something interesting happen. Let's just put it that way.
To be honest. Yeah, I think McGregor will do him inside one round. Come on, McGregor!
Tyson.
Good for boxing, that though, won't it, if McGregor chinned him? You do it.
Boxing, what do you make of all that?
I think it's a great hype. I think it's a great fight. I'm looking forward to the multi-city tour that they announced. And may the best man win. I'm a fan of McGregor. I think what he's doing is awesome. I mean, he's putting his money wherever his mouth is. He's beating all these guys. And, it's going to be great. It's going to be great hype. I'll be watching.
Me being retired, but he said he would come back for one fight, but against an MMA fighter. What do you make of that he wants to come back and fight an MMA fighter?
Well, that's his opinion, and he has his own opinion. He can decide his own. So.
Do you know who the fighter is? I believe his name's Conor McGregor, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him? And if you have, what do you think of that? Just him as a fighter, and then that whole Mayweather wanting to fight him.
I don't want to make that story.
You can be modest.
I don't want to make the story big and the issues big. So I just want to I want to keep my mouth.
This year, that's the huge announcement of Floyd Mayweather against Conor McGregor. So it's a boxing match. Only one guy has real boxing experience, August 26th in Las Vegas. McGregor has criticized WWE superstars, saying words that we can't use on this network. That being said, how do you see this matchup going down?
I mean, I guess Conor's always got a puncher's chance, right? But that's about all he's got in a boxing match against Floyd. I think Floyd is going to dance around him. I'll be surprised if Conor lands one punch on Floyd. But to say that, if he does land that one punch, he's got some real power. So you never know. But, I mean, if I'm a betting man, my money's on Floyd all the way.
All right, so let's put it in different parlance now. You're a Bears fan. The greater chance of happening, McGregor winning or the Bears going to the Super Bowl?
Oh, shoot. You know, we're a rebuilding team this year. We're rebuilding, but honestly, I'm going to say the Bears are winning the Super Bowl. That's how little faith I have in Conor McGregor to do anything against Floyd Mayweather in a boxing match. I mean, the Bears finished 3-13 last year, and they still got a better shot at going to the Super Bowl than Conor does at beating Floyd. And I'm not. Floyd, say what you want about him. He's a hell of a fighter, but in a boxing match, he doesn't stand a chance, man.
It's crazy to think that McGregor is going to go out and hit this guy and knock him out. I don't think either one of them are going to get knocked out, but I think Mayweather will probably win that fight. I'm hoping, and this is just my hope, that McGregor loses his mind, forgets where he's at, and kicks Mayweather in the head in the second round. That would be so awesome. I will die laughing.
You know, I feel that a fighter who has 0-0 record as a boxer, first of all, how did the commission ever sanction such a fight? And how can a fighter who has zero experience in boxing go up against the very best and pretend that maybe he can win? It's almost unheard of. I mean, look, Floyd Mayweather is one of the best boxers in our generation, and for McGregor to think that he can outbox Mayweather is a little delusional.
Like, would it be a good fight? I don't know, because this guy's a dog. I watch McGregor, he's a dog. And then I watch Floyd, you know, do his thing, but I'm saying, how does that look? And man, is it gonna happen? Man, they get my blood pressure all high. Should I tone it down? Have some coffee, watch One Life to Live? What should I do?
But when you really look at this fight, at the end of the day, it's a fight, right? And Floyd Mayweather's 40 years old, right? Conor McGregor's 27. You met Floyd, right? You know Floyd. Floyd's this big, okay? Conor's a big dude. Floyd has trouble with southpaws. Conor McGregor is southpaw. And Conor McGregor hits like a truck. When he hits you, you know it. So in no way, shape, or form am I saying Conor McGregor wins this fight. I don't know, but it's more interesting than people think it is, you know? When they think, boxing and this and that. I promise you, Conor McGregor will hit him. When they fight, he will get hit, and it'll be interesting to see what happens. So I'm down to do it. I love fighting, and I love doing crazy stuff like this. It's just,
I just think it's so dope to your legacy because that's your fighter. That's your man.
Imagine if Conor McGregor knocked Floyd Mayweather
Then how
out.
do you look now?
Holy shit.
How does UFC look now?
Right. Let me tell you what. The other problem is if this thing goes down, you know, Conor could make anywhere from, you know, 60 to 70 million.
Oh, now he's going to come back and tell you, now I need to get that.
Well,
okay, I know
no,
the flip
what
side.
I think happens is, and Floyd's going to make 100 and whatever, however the thing plays out. I mean, how do you come back again and fight for 8, 9, 10 million bucks? You got to be hungry. It's hard to get up and get punched in the face every day when you got 75 million in the bank.
Is Conor hungry for somebody in the UFC world as much as he is hungry for Floyd?
Yeah, I think he's hungry for Floyd for the money, and Conor loves to prove people wrong. So I met with Conor McGregor 2 weeks ago. You sit down with this fucking kid, he'll make you believe that he's going to knock Floyd Mayweather out. It's one of the many things I love about this kid, you know?
Himself to be kicked by Conor McGregor, then I don't think Floyd Mayweather would have a chance to win that fight. But that's not what's happening. Conor McGregor is going to go into a ring and box against Floyd Mayweather with no basic boxing background or portfolio to bring to this enterprise. And I've learned within the last day or two something I didn't know, which is that McGregor's style is exactly the wrong style for fighting Floyd Mayweather. He's not an attacker. He's a counterpuncher. He's a relatively slow-paced counterpuncher. His game is to stand back, make you come to him, and try to knock you out with one big shot. Well, guess what? Floyd Mayweather's not going to come to him. He's not going to play into any counterpuncher's hands. The one style that nobody's ever laid a glove on Floyd from is that of the natural counterpuncher.
In what? In boxing?
Yeah. And you've been in that position before with MMA.
Yeah, but come on, man. Listen to me one more time. McGregor not going to beat Floyd Mayweather in no damn boxing match. You feel me? So I don't know why we even talking about that. Floyd, the pound-for-pound best boxer. Let alone talk about the MMA. So what MMA guy going to beat Floyd in a boxing match? Are you serious? Come on.
So
huge news from America last week was 26th of August. We're going to see this much spoken about fight between
what fight that is,
Floyd Mayweather and McGregor. First question, is it good for boxing?
Yes, it is, because the reason why I think it's good for boxing is because MMA is on such a high that people think it's going to surpass boxing. I always say it's not going to. I mean, even though I have my own MMA company, Super Fight League, I also, if Mayweather goes into this fight and beats McGregor, he's only going to build up boxing. People say, oh wow, boxing's a sport. Really, boxers are better than MMA fighters. That's basically it. Now, this is a fight not only between Conor McGregor and Mayweather, it's a fight between MMA and boxing. So I think this fight will definitely show that which sport is stronger and better. And whoever wins is going to take themselves and the sport to a different level.
Much criticised from a competitive standpoint when you look at their records next to each other that Conor McGregor hasn't even got a stat on his boxing record.
No, he hasn't, but obviously he's a big name. And obviously he can punch. But people want to see that fight, and this is more about MMA and UFC versus boxing, really. I think it's more that than it is Mayweather and McGregor, because with all the UFC fans that are going to support McGregor, McGregor's got a big fan base, very big fan base. Mayweather's got a big fan base in the boxing business. So I'm combining them both fan bases together, it's going to be massive. I mean, you could just imagine how much money that's going to stack up, man. I mean, the pay-per-view numbers on that's going to be huge, and at the moment, pay-per-view buys for MMA, UFC they're massive. They're beating boxing. So I think this is a time where boxing needs to come back up. And so Mayweather, by ending his career with this fight, I think might be a good thing, because he's only helping boxing be promoted again.
Some people are not even giving McGregor a puncher's chance. Do you give him any chance in this fight? No.
I like McGregor, but I don't give him a chance, honestly. Looking at it as a fighter, I don't give him a chance at all in this fight, because Mayweather's a boxer who's been fighting all his life. He knows how to use his hands. He has great movement. Doesn't really get hit much in a fight, and he's been hit by bigger guys like Canelo and harder guys. But you think McGregor's gonna even get close to him or catch him, and he's never boxed before, like as a professional. So he has no chance.
Coming up with Mayweather and McGregor, your thoughts on that?
Well, you know, I mean, it's a show, man. Come on, those guys, they're going to make it a big show about it. But, you know, if Conor can get Mayweather to come after him and feel like he has to knock him out early to prove something, it could be interesting. Because Conor will come from different angles he's not used to. But other than that, I mean, Floyd's one of the best, or if not the best, you know, defensive boxer all the time. So that doesn't leave for a great fight if it goes the way, you know, Floyd wants it to.
So it's all about money, you're saying?
It's always all.
Does boxing the way it should be done, with not getting hit. The point of boxing is not to get hit. So that's why he's the best of all time. He never gets hit. That's great. He takes no risk. No risk. He has zero risk. When you fight a guy like Conor McGregor, who believes he can knock him out, has the power to knock him out, he's the bigger guy, he's the faster guy, he's the awkward guy, and you have all this self-belief, and you have the nation of Ireland behind you, I'll take that, man.
There are a lot
I will take that against a guy who's 40, who's just doing it for the money.
Conor's not skilled enough to box with Floyd. If he fought UFC and then Floyd boxed, then that would be more exciting. Then we'll see how Floyd would handle the kicks to the legs.
I'm not sure Floyd would like that.
No, but that's what boxing is about. Conor's not a boxer. You know, he got some boxing, amateur boxing